All right, let's talk about something that drives every gamer crazy. You've been there, right? You're in the final circle, victory is literally seconds away, and then bam, lag. Your game freezes up, your character just stutters across the screen, and it is game over. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things ever. But what if I told you the solution isn't some expensive new gadget? What if it's already hiding in the settings of the router you already have? Yeah, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Milliseconds matter. That one crucial headshot, that perfectly timed ability, it all comes down to a stable, super responsive connection. Lag isn't just a minor annoyance. It is literally the difference between winning and losing. So what do? You go online and you're immediately hit with all of these ads for flashy, expensive gaming routers, all promising zero lag. It feels like the only way to fix this is to just throw a bunch of money at it. But is that really true? Is there another way? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Okay, to get to the bottom of this, we have to tackle a huge myth first, and that's the idea that you absolutely need some special gaming router. Honestly, it's mostly just some really, really clever marketing. Look at this. On one side, you've got the flashy gaming router with all its promises of lightning fast speed. But here's the secret they don't really want you to know. The standard router on the other side, it often has the exact same core technology inside. So the biggest difference isn't really the performance. It's the huge price tag. And you probably already own the one on the right. So what is the real secret sauce here? It's a feature called quality of service, or just QoS for short. The best way to think about it is like a bouncer for your internet connection. When QoS is turned on, it sees your gaming data coming through, recognizes it's the VIP, and lets it skip the entire line. Meanwhile, things like Netflix streams or big file downloads, they have to wait outside the velvet rope. Your game gets priority, every time. And that is the big reveal. The path to better gaming isn't about buying a new box with crazy antennas. It's about understanding and just switching on the powerful features, like QoS, that are probably already built into the device you have right now. It's about knowledge, not just shelling out cash for new hardware. All right, so now we know the big one, QoS. Let's demystify a couple of other techie terms you're going to see when you log into your router settings. Trust me, understanding these is the key to unlocking its full potential. First up is something called MuMimo. Now, an older router is kind of like a person who can only have one conversation at a time. It has to rapidly switch back and forth between your laptop, your phone, and your console. But MuMimo, well, that's like giving your router multiple mouths. It can talk to all of your devices at the same time. This makes your entire network way more efficient and cuts down on slowdowns for everybody. Next, we have UPnP, which stands for Universal Plug and Play. Basically, this is a super convenient feature that lets your games automatically open the specific network doors, or ports, that they need to connect to the game servers. It can really streamline performance. But, and this is important, there is a trade-off. Automatically opening those doors can sometimes leave you a little vulnerable from a security standpoint. Now, for most gamers, the performance boost is totally worth it, but it's just something you should be aware of. Okay, that's enough of the theory. Let's get our hands dirty. We're diving into the practical, step-by-step toolkit that you can use like right now to get that lag-free gaming experience you've been dreaming of. Now, before we touch a single setting in the software, I have to say this. The most important optimization you can make is a physical one. A wired Ethernet connection is and always will be the undisputed champion for gaming. End of story. Sure, Wi-Fi is convenient, but it's so vulnerable to interference from, well, everything. Walls, microwaves, even your neighbor's network. An Ethernet cable gives you a direct, stable pipeline. That means rock-solid speed and consistently low latency. So, step number one, if you can possibly plug in an Ethernet cable, do it. That's your best move. Now, if you have to use Wi-Fi, step two is to get your console or your PC as close to that router as you can. Ideally, you want to be in the same room. And if even that's not an option, you should definitely check out a gamer's secret weapon, power line adapters. These are super clever little devices that use your home's own electrical wiring to create a stable, wired-like connection anywhere you have an outlet. Okay, for all of you on Wi-Fi, this next part is absolutely critical. You need to understand your network bands. Your router is broadcasting on two different frequencies, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. The 2.4 band has a longer range, but it's slower and way more crowded. The 5 gigahertz band has a shorter range, but it is so much faster and way less prone to interference. For gaming, you want to be on the 5 gigahertz band. No question. Here's a great way to think about it. Imagine your Wi-Fi bands are highways. The 2.4 gigahertz band, it's like an old two-lane road with only 3 clear, fast lanes. It gets jammed up so easily because tons of other household gadgets, like your microwave and baby monitors, are all trying to use it. But the 5 gigahertz band, that's a modern superhighway. It's got a whopping 23 fast lanes. There's just so much more room for your gaming data to fly through without hitting any traffic. Yeah, just let that sink in. 23. That massive capacity is exactly why switching your console or PC over to the 5 gigahertz band is one of the easiest and most effective changes you can possibly make for your gaming. So let's pull this all together into a simple checklist. The next time you log into your router settings page, these are the 4 key things you want to look for. First, enable QoS to put your game in the VIP lane. Second, turn on MU-MIMO for better network efficiency. Third, allow UPnP to streamline those connections. And finally, make sure your gaming device is always connected to that beautiful 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. Oh, and one last really crucial piece of maintenance. Please keep your router's firmware updated. It's so easy to forget about, but the manufacturers are constantly releasing updates that patch security holes, improve performance, and sometimes even unlock brand new features. If your router has an auto-update option, turn it on. All right, for this last part, let's look at a couple of pro-level tweaks. These are the things that will take you from being just another user on your network to being the absolute boss of it. Okay, here are 2 final tips for you. First, that combo modem and router box that your internet provider gave you, it's usually not the best. Using your own dedicated router will almost always give you better performance and way more control over your settings. And second, use your phone. Grab a speed test app and just walk around your house. Find out where your Wi-Fi signal is strongest and where the dead zones are. That is invaluable information to have. So there you have it. You don't have to be a victim of lag anymore. You now have the knowledge, you have the tools to take control of your network and tune it for elite gaming performance. The power was literally there the whole time. So the only question left is, now that you've mastered your router, what are you going to optimize next?